Good evening, listeners in Guyana and globally. Namaste, Assalamu alaikum. Thanks to Sharad and team for invitation to be here today, and thank them for all their Herculean services to provide this informative program on problems with solutions. You know, there's a saying that the old die and the young forget. As Guyana, we will be coming up to our anniversary celebration on the 26th of February. And I have found that many of the old timers have passed on. And the Johnny come lately, with due respect, that's the name I call the baby boomers, the street smarts, the whippersnappers. They have no clue of what has happened. Well, you must have seen in the Chronicle where His Excellency Lyndon Thompson Forbes Burnham, a patriot, he's being ridiculed for taking money from CIA. Who is ridiculing him? A person born in 1964. That's what I mean by Johnny come lately. With all due respect, he has no knowledge. So today, I happen to know His Excellency Lyndon Thompson Forbes Burnham. He gave me my fifth global nickname, Dynamo. Who knows, knows. And I happen to know His Excellency, so it incumbent on me to put the record straight because these recordings will stay forever. Yes, His Excellency Lyndon Forbes Thompson Burnham asked for 10,000 US dollars per month because he needed the money. Party had no money to do party work, not government work. He had to build his party. Why? Because the West was afraid that Dr. Chetty Jagan had the Marxist communist philosophy, and the US did not want another Cuba. That's the reason. It isn't he asked them to go buy cigars and cognac, which he loved, I know that. No, was to build the party mechanism so as to have a structure to do. And he did receive half because they were not too happy to share money around. Others were asking. He got $5,000 a month every year, subject to review, for 2 years. Now multiply it. 5 by 12 is 60. 60 by 2 is 120,000 US dollars. Well, October the 4th, 1963, Time reported, and please, whenever I say stuff and I quote the date and time, please check it out yourself, because if you do, it will have empirical evidence and to support you to tell others about it, because that's my style. I rather teach you to fish so you don't need a fisherman tomorrow. October the 4th, Time said Chetty Jagan is a communist. Communism, he says, is winning throughout the world. Not me, I'm repeating. It will win everywhere. Chetty Bharat Jagan said that, according to Time. The smiling East Indian has long insisted that British Guyana will never become an out-and-out satellite, but the evidence of red influence is everywhere. Not me. The Czech and the Russian trade missions abound. Ships carrying Russian and Cuban cargo frequently nose in and out of the harbor. 31 was counted in the last 20 months. Ladies and gentlemen, it is not me. Shamir is just, we bring in research and history that is credible. Time also reported on October the 1463 that Gimpex, those of us who were around in the 60s, Gimpex was the arm that the aid from the socialist countries were coming to the PPP. They didn't bring money because the money had to come through the banking system, and that was a no-no. The money came by boats and goods. Can any of us listening to me remember the Lada motor car, Lada? Well, that came from the USSR. Imagine if one motor car came, is that enough to cover all that the US gave to His Excellency Lyndon Forbes Thompson Burnham? And Gimpex sold $1 million worth of railroad ties to Cuba because what was doing Guyana government or PPP was sending goods, kind of a barter. $1 million went to Cuba and it was paid in advance. The money was lent to Gimpex to the Jagan government. Records will show that Jagan championed the USSR communism from East Germany, from Czechoslovakia, from the communists. So Gimpex is there. We hear a lot about who is doing what. President Lyndon Forbes Burnham was the one who had the national holidays for Eid al-Adha, Yawm an-Nabi, and Deepavali. Feed, Clothes, and House the Nation, announced in 8 May 1973 by Dr. Kenneth King, a very good Minister of Economic Development. Eat what you grow what you eat to conserve foreign exchange. That's not me. I'm quoting His Excellency LFSB. Roxanne Burnham Gardens, National Park, Demerara Harbor Bridge, the famous CARICOM Common Market for 15 Nations. That was him. Cari Festa, him, you can't take it away. You can have all the spin doctors, paid or unpaid, or supporter, Apanjat, Abi Time Now, or all of that. Non-alignment movement, the biggest supporter was His Excellency. We even have the non-alignment monument in Guyana. All the heads of nations came. South Africa, liberation, apartheid. Recently, Haslin Paris, a very Guyana patriot from the bauxite company, spoke about the non-alignment movement there. Some will argue both good and bad. I'm not the judge, but there was a non-alignment movement, and Cuba did use Guyana to assist in that struggle. Cuban support for medical doctors and graduates is reported, and the national service was also part of. And don't forget, those were trying times with no monies for gas. Ladies and gentlemen, please do your research and help. Today we must celebrate Magistrate retiring today, Colonel Anne McLennan. She is a lady of class, style, the old school. I hope the new generation follow her model. Happy retirement. You've served well, but I hope Guyana can use your services. We have a skills gap. Find you can serve. You can serve still on contract. Please do not let go of your ability to contribute wherever you are. Congratulations. May God, Allah, Ram, Sita, Vishnu, Yahweh, Abraham, and the African God of peace, Ubatala, be with you, your families, myself, and the great nation of Guyana as we move towards 26th of May celebrations. Good night.